But we can stay in the Pacific Northwest.
Go back to the Seahawks.
Oh, Lord.
We actually won.
Oh, we should.
That's crazy. 34-14. This was not our best. I mean, the points I feel like looked a lot better than the game, from what I could tell. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how Geno is leading the league in passing.
Is he still after this week? That's crazy.
Yeah. That's what I just can't quite see.
He doesn't.
Like, how is this happening? I don't feel like he's even had like a really good game.
I feel like it's also because like who's been running. Charbonnet? Oh gosh, what a threat!
Yeah,
like because Kenneth Walker, even when healthy, he has not been.
He's been good.
Good. He
averaged.
Fine, but
I think he's averaging like 60 to 70 yards a game, which back when it was 16 games, you all only had to average 67 yards to run for 1,000 yards. Now it's even less, so it's probably more like 60.
Yeah.
So he can still theoretically has a chance to get to 1,000 yards, which is kind of that like benchmark. What most people think. Hurt? He could. I mean, he's put up games where he's had 150 plus yards. So
he's done it. But I think that's why you see Geno having so many passes. Yeah, because the running game has been so dead.
But DK's been really good actually. He's second, I think, in the league in receiving. Got hurt though, but he is questionable.
Now day-to-day.
Yeah,
he
so
got
he
moved to day-to-day.
should come back, but I don't know for sure. But
what'd you see,
I don't know. Kirk Cochains was not there.
Kirk Cochains. Go ahead, Kurt.
Walker had a pretty good game considering he had a flu.
Yeah.
So almost 70 yards. Geno, pretty good game. I would agree. I don't know how he's top in passing.
Just been consistent. Yeah.
I mean, when I was looking at it, Mahomes isn't even in the top 10 for passing.
Mahomes is like 17,
which is crazy.
Yeah, actually, I think I have it.
It's been a different NFL season 14, so far, but
it's been a lot. It's been not what people predicted for sure.
Right.
I mean, like the fact like your jersey behind you is actually in first place in that division is shocking. The fact the 49ers are kind of struggling, pretty shocking. I mean, so many injuries, obviously, but like there's like the Jets. Who would have thought the Jets would have 2 wins right now?
2-5.
No one. Yeah. It's been a crazy season.
Devontae Adams didn't. He went from a 2-5 team to a 2-5 team. I saw that on ESPN post or something. I was cracking up. But
I mean, their defense looked pretty good. They had a nice 64-yard fumble recovery.
So, chickens.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where I think one of their weaknesses was. So
for sure.
Yeah, I think it was huge. They had interception and 2 fumble recoveries, which I'm pretty sure I wrote down. I can't remember right. But that was huge because our defense has been a struggling point for these last 2 games. And I know I mentioned to Kellen last week, I was like, when we allow less than 20 points, we win. And that's what happened. So we have 14 points, we won.
We did get a defensive tackle from, I think, Jacksonville.
Yeah, Jacksonville.
I know, yes, I remember. It's like, I remember
well, and the other thing, too, is you can say as much, I think the defense played really well. But you can say that obviously Kirk Cousins did shoot himself in his foot. Like, what do you have? 2 picks? 3 picks?
Michael Penix even came in.
2 picks. Penix came in for a throw.
For a throw? Hey, he's still.
But obviously Kobe Bryant and Love had picks. The secondary actually looked a lot more as a unit for the first time in a while.
Yeah.
The offense, I don't think. I mean, the points tell you what the offense did, but again, I look at them like DK having basically 100 yards is like the one impressive thing. Geno was fine. I don't think,
I think
18 for 20, 28, 2 touchdowns and 200 yards, just over 200 yards. It's not special. It's good. It's what you need to do, but it's not what's going to get you to the playoffs to that next level.
I think the offense.
But the offense was fine. The offensive line was fine. The offensive line has been the problem for how many years now?
I also saw another thing. I think he was either 1.6 or 1.7 before this game. Time before he gets pressured in the pocket, which is the lowest in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think every other quarterback is above 2 seconds. Yeah. So the fact that he's producing this much, I mean, I know it's the best in the league, but he's still doing well. I mean, his interception ratio is up from his norm. Yeah. But like I said, he's not having the time to throw the ball.
Well, and they were saying something. I think it was the left tackle, whoever was starting for us.
Charles Cross.
Is he the really bad one?
No.
One of them's been maybe right tackle. I don't know. One of them has
Lucas got hurt, and then Stone Forsythe I think came in.
And maybe it was him. That sounds about right.
I think our Williams, is our center has been fine. Our guards have been kind of iffy.
One guy has when they talk about like pressures per game.
Lincoln Tomlinson, maybe.
I don't remember exactly which one. I was just listening to it on the radio, and they were like, he has through 7 games. I think it was through 6 games. He's got 40.
40 pressures.
Give up pressures, however you want to word that. Yeah. The next guy in his position was at like 17. Nice. Like it was like, okay, Like this guy literally is just standing there. Like he's not even in the way of the guy. And, you know, yes, of course, you're probably going against these really, really top.
It's probably Langston Tomlinson.
It might be
because he's played quite a bit, and then Anthony Bradford actually could be him too. He kind of has been rough.
It was just interesting to see. Again,
that is so bad.
We've had this same problem for the Seahawks for. I mean,
long time.
Since we had Russell Wilson and stuff here.
4 of our tackles are hurt.
Yes, of course.
That's crazy. Stone Forsythe is actually 3. Sorry, Abraham Lucas and George Fant, who George Fant was been with us a while before this.
And
then
Lucas is old. He's super young. Lucas is
good.
He's a Coug, and he's super good, but he just can't stay on the field
at all.
But
Connor Williams.
I think we just still have that same problem. Is this next offseason? I don't really care where we finish. We make the playoffs. We do whatever. We have to address the offensive line. They have to.
They have. It just they can't stay healthy because they've drafted Charles Cross. They drafted Dave Lucas. They signed Connor Williams, but their guards is.
Maybe we're the new MetLife. Maybe our field is the new MetLife. We just started just
Seriously.
swallowing up defensive tackle or offensive tackle. But I think the game was fine. I mean, total yards we were behind, passing yards we were in front, rushing yards. The rushing defense wasn't great. Bijan Robinson, I think, still looked really good against the defensive front 7. I think the secondary is what really carried the defense.
Actually, and then I think it was the one good play was Boye Mafe knocked the fumble out of Kirk Cousins, then Derek Hall ran it back.
Yeah.
But they have gotten more pressure than they have.
Yep.
Because it's been rough the past couple games.
Yeah.
But
the Falcons just, to me, and I'm not taking it away from the Seahawks, the Falcons definitely kicked themselves. You know, they had more penalties. Their third down efficiency was a lot better. But like the 2 picks, the fumble, like that's hard to come back from.
Yeah, 3 turnovers.
I think the Seahawks played a very all-around pretty solid game. Like I can't take that away from them. I think they played pretty good.
Yeah,
it was pretty.
I'm glad they did because they definitely that defense is where they really were good.
Yeah. The secondary finally looked really good for a while.
That was very promising. Thanks for listening to the Kinda Athletic podcast. Please like and subscribe to all our social media platforms, and make sure to come back next week to hear more from the Kinda Athletic podcast.